Hit it.
There was an evening when you had a surprise trip for a bunch of people who were at the Blue House in Long Beach, and you decided you wanted to take us somewhere, and it was the early evening, and you piled us all into the car. It was one of those kind of traveling vans, and it was a bunch of people. I think it was like 6 or 7 people, and we didn't know where we were going, but you took us to meet Swami Richard in Marina del Rey, and you took us to his house. And Swami Richard was a man who was a saxophonist. He played jazz saxophone, and he also was a rishi, a Tibetan Buddhist rishi. And so we got to go there and meet him. And then right after that, we piled in the car and you took us to Yoga West, and we went to a class that YogiBhajan taught. And in that class, he did Venus Kriyas, which I was surprised by. But it was an incredible, amazing night. And my question is, when was that exact? Like, if I could get some insight on exactly when that was, because I think it was about 2000, the year 2000, but I'm not sure.
If you can't remember, I don't think I could remember. I'm not very good at that at all, but she was really good at that, but I don't think she wasn't aware of all that. So I think we'll have to wonder what the date is. I don't think we can know.
Okay.
So let's see, you do have something you want to talk about, Mr. Josh.
Yeah, my question is, in terms of male sexual energy cultivation, did YogiBhajan have teachings about like the frequency of ejaculating being like a normal occurrence, and if so, what did he share?
He wasn't a proponent of holding it. Where his construct came, he recommended that you have sexual relation with your partner when she is at her peak point of sensitivity, which also includes a woman is at their peak point of sensitivity when they're ovulating. So that would be his recommendation. He also recommended that couples have sexual relations when it came through the woman's desire body and not the man's. That's basically what he had to say. You remember anything else, Ramana, that he had said about that?
He used to tell the people in the ashram to have sex at least once a month.
Yeah, that's right. He started out with the idea of once a month. Well, he started out with the idea of once a year, and all the students like freaked out. Then he changed it to once a month. But I remember when it was started out once a year.
Just once a year.
I heard that.
Once a month. And when the woman's feeling it, and particularly when she's at her peak of sensitivity.
Is that so she could conceive?
Well, I mean, it'd be. Well, not specifically, he was wanting people to conceive every month. but that just happens to be the time of peak sensitivity. And there's nothing wrong with that, making more little Dharma babies from his point of view. That would be a good thing.
Make more.
Make more little Dharma babies. See who's calling.
I don't do that. Who's calling?
Don't let him hang up.
I don't do. Ruby Love. It's Ruby Love.
Ruby Love.
She's trying to sign in. I sent her the links.
It's the regular link. Maybe she's trying to come in on the old link.
I sent her the regular link when I got her message in Heart Drops. And I also put it in Heart Drops.
Why don't you tell her what to do?
What?
Tell her I'd send it to Ruby Love.
Granddad, did you have more you wanted to talk about?
Dustin was calling.
Who?
Dustin's mom.
Dustin's mom's calling.
Hello.
Hello. Talk to her.
No, it's Shantaya's phone is ringing.
Shantaya's phone.
Dustin's mom was calling Shantaya.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So Shantaya left, her phone is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Granddad, did you have more you'd like to talk about?
Not especially, except for that I feel, my mother passed in January, and I kind of feel a presence around me, but I feel it really strongly sometimes, but it doesn't really seem like it's her. It's so interesting. I kind of just go, hello, like that, just kind of like to sort of, welcome the presence and just say, hello, but I don't feel like it doesn't seem like it's my mother, but I don't know what else it could be, Sorry, it's not a very compelling comment, but that's just what's on my mind.
It could be Jamila.
My mama
Maybe.
used to love to be in the kitchen, and when I'm in the kitchen, she comes.
Huh.
And maybe from Dave, you're sensing the presence of your mother, the being, and not the personality.
Yes. Yeah.
So it seems that
Thank
maybe
you for putting that into words, because that is what I thought. Like, she's beyond, like, she had such a very strong identity in this life. And I feel like, her passing was a chance to be free of that. And so maybe it's just the pure beingness,
Ooh.
and it's very strong. So I'm happy, for her that she got that chance.
What's the implant update?
What's what?
The implant update.
No update. Garuda, do you have more things you'd like to talk about?
What is the implant?
Oh, it's the idea that I might get an implant in my leg that will cause the nerves in my feet to not hurt.
Hey!
It's an idea. We don't know if it's any reality to it or not.
If it's work.
It's an idea, and we have a couple brochures that we can look at and call and ask more questions.
And Ruby is the one who researched it, found out about it. So she's right there. If you want to know more about the implant, maybe she could tell you. You don't want to know more?
I don't know what to ask.
Well, that's all right. Hey, Ruby, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Followed up on the woman I mentioned that's a channeler.
Mm.
And the follow-up is she's started to speak about a shift, a future shift. She originally called it a rift, and then the flash of light. And now she's talking about there will be people who will make it through, and then they can come back and help the others through, which is what you have spoken about.
Yeah, you know, that Tonga behind you is my favorite Tonga. Is that the one I bought?
Yes, I believe you bought them, all of them.
Yeah, well, I definitely bought that one. It's my favorite Tonga. It's the rainbow body of Padmasambhava. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you have something else you'd like to talk about?
You mentioned Padmasambhava, and I've done the Guru mantra for many years. And it said that if you do it so many times, and I don't remember, it may be 100,000 or 1,000,000 times, that Padmasambhava will appear to you.
Wow.
And one day I was standing up right here in front of this Tonga, and I was contemplating something. I don't remember at the time. And he appeared to me. And it was a split second, but it was long enough for me to know the image. I saw the image. It was long enough for me to know it was him and to experience what was experienced for a split second was the power.
Whoa,
The
that's beautiful.
power that he is. And if you are too close to that for too long, I don't know, you might burn up.
You might get a body like the one in the Tonga.
Yeah.
What's the mantra you did, Ruby?
Hung di said ma padrugu jra hung aum.
Oh yeah, I've done that one a lot.
Yeah.
So you did it in reverse. Isn't that reverse?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the Yeshe
that's the
Chokol.
Yeshe Chokol mantra, which would be calling in his consort. And in a sense, it would make you and the frequency of the consort, which would draw him toward you like you were his consort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hungdi Sidma Padrugu. Java Hungramom.
Ruby, what did it look like? Was it a flash of light?
No, it was Padmasambhava. If you see his image in a Tonga or anywhere, that's who it was. No doubt about it. 3 feet from me. 4 feet.
Yes.
You've got a cute little mustache.
Yes.
And a funny hat.
Felt very great.
Oh, go ahead.
I just said I felt very grateful.
Okay, do you have something you'd like to talk about? Nope. All right. Well, I think then it's time for you to move this to Marshita and then take us on our way.
We're on 81. The appreciation of objects and subjects is the same for an enlightened as for an unenlightened person. The appreciation of objects and subjects is the same for an enlightened as for an unenlightened person. The former has one greatness.
One what?
Greatness. Great. Greatness.
Greatness.
The former has one greatness. He remains in the subjective mood, not lost in things. The former has one greatness. He remains in the subjective mood, not lost in things. Now I'll read the whole thing again. The appreciation of objects and subjects is the same for an enlightened as for an unenlightened person. The former has one greatness. He remains in the subjective mood, not lost in things.
He's in the real I.
Yes, unidentified with the out there.
Yeah. Well, beautiful. So Glenn, unless someone wants to pipe up and say something else, I think it's time for you to send us on our way. Hi.